Okay, this one is composite volume. We did the same thing in surface area where we put two shapes together, and now we're going to do the volume for them. Again, volume is so much easier because we don't have to worry about overlap that we were worried about in surface area. So this first volume, this is a triangular prism, so I got a prism first, and I'm actually taking out this other prism, this rectangular prism from the, whoops, that's not how you spell that. Flip that around. I'm taking that out of the center. So we'll first do our triangular prism, the one on the outside of the shape. And our triangular prism formula for volume is just 1/2, and then we need base and height, and this is of the triangle, and then we do height of the prism, and then we're going to subtract out essentially this cube-like box that we're going to take out of there, and those are just length times width times height, so I just need all three numbers. So 1/2, and then just looking at my triangle, looks like my base is 10, and I got to find my height. They didn't give that to me. So if this is 10 and we need to go after that, this just became a 5, and we'll put a 90 in there. And then we're going to need to know an angle so that we can do some trig on this. So if I have a 5 there, oh, sorry, I missed this. See these little tick marks? Those are 10s as well. So that's a 10, that's a 5. We can just do Pythags. I missed these little marks. That side's a 10, that side's a 10. All these are 10s. So I get a 10, a 5, and then we're looking for that right there. So 10 squared equals 5 squared plus h squared. So 10 squared minus 5 squared, and then we'll square root that. So we're looking at about 8.66 for the height of our triangle. So we've got a 10 by 8.66. And then the height of the prism is this 6 right here. So when we are talking about the base being this triangle, then the prism is like going backwards into the paper. Minus, for the cube, I just need its base, or its length, width, and height. And if you can see those tick marks, those I'll say that they are 3s. So this is a 3 and a 3. Those are my first two. And then I need height of the prism, which is 6. So we're going to do 0.5 times 10 times that 8.66 answer times 6 minus 3 times 3 times 6. So you get about 205.81. And this is feet cubed. Next up I have a cylinder, and then inside of it we're cutting out another cylinder. So we're going to have a cylinder and we're going to just subtract the other one, kind of the one on the inside. So the formula for volume of a cylinder, that one's pretty straightforward. Pi r squared h, and then we're going to subtract out the other one. Oops, squared h. So pi, we just need to make sure that we're using the radius of the big circle first. So the big circle looks like it's 18 from center all the way to outside edge. And then the height of this cylinder is 20. And then minus pi, and then our radius now, okay, so 18 was all the way to the edge, and then this is 3 inches wide, which means that I have to back off 3 inches to find the radius of my smaller, or my inside cylinder. So that's going to be 15, and 15 plus 3 would be my 18. So 15 is the radius of the inside one. Height is still 20. And now I can type that in. So pi times 18 squared times 20, and we'll minus pi times 15 squared times 20. Looks like it's about 6,220.35 inches cubed. 2 more to go. This one is also a subtraction one. I've got this cube box that we are doing, and then we're going to take out this cylinder. So the cube formula is just length times width times height, and the cylinder is pi r squared h. So the cube, I just need my 3 numbers, so 10, 14, and then 12. Minus pi, and now I need radius, they gave that to me, so 2 squared. And then height of the cylinder is 12 as well. And that's volume, and we can just type that in. So 10 and 14 and 12, and pi and 2 squared and 12. So about 1,529. Whoops, 5,029.20, and this was inches cubed. Last one, we actually are stacking one shape on top of the other. So like all of our other ones were subtraction, this one's going to be addition, because we're going to put this shape with that one. So we kind of got the cube shape, and we're going to add a cylinder. So my cube shape is length, width, height. And the cylinder is pi r squared h. So length and width and height of the box is a 5, 5, 5. And then pi r squared, they're pointing at this line for being 4. I'm going to bet that they mean this whole thing is 4. So for us, the radius would just be 2. And then height of the cylinder looks to be 4. 5 times 5 times 5 plus a pi times 2 squared times a 4. This looks like we've got about 175.27 inches cubed. So if we're stacking shapes, we're going to add those, but if we've got a shape with another one like inside of it, those are going to be subtraction.